Oh, that's because
Alright.
my cloak isn't matching. That's why we lost.
God damn it. Yep. Every time, man. Why we can't have nice things.
Damn. Oh, Ohio gozaimasu minasan. Welcome back. Oh boy. We got some fun today. We're going to be showing you our warrior games, and we do tend to win them. Like, we started off like winning 100% of them, and then we got kind of in the middle. We started losing a bunch of games because they were running. We saw a lot of shaman warrior combos, and they were really aggressive with purging, and like we weren't able to keep up with it. And then I eventually switched over to using abundance. Abundance nourish. I talk about this a lot in my videos. I think warriors are one of the teams that I pretty much almost always go abundance nourish now. And if we see a shaman on the enemy team or a priest, we tend to always go tree of life, depending on what classes we're fighting. But that tends to be what we kind of shoot for. But in any case, let's go ahead and get this started here. All right. Okay, so we're looking at Disc Priest, Arms Warrior. We tend to see mostly Arms Warrior. We showed a little bit of Fury in our previous videos, but the mind controls, that's one thing. Yeah, the mind controls are pretty crazy. It just seems really powerful, and you mind control someone, and I think you mind control them for a full 8 seconds, and you get to run them away. Is that true? Is it 8 seconds that you're gone, or is it only 6? Because they made fear only 6 seconds because fear runs you away in like kind of a random direction. But with mind control, you can move them exactly where you want them to go. And off to the right of me here, those little eyeballs, they make you take 10% more damage, I think. And they can actually mind control you. And they do this a lot. They mind control our feral. They run him into that eye orb, so he's taking more damage, and then their DPS blows up on him. And it's kind of bullshit that they can do that. And also dots don't, like if we're playing against, let's say, an Affliction Warlock or something like that, and he has, or even just another Feral Druid, and then he gets mind controlled with all those dots on him, the dots keep doing damage and they don't break the things or anything like that. Like, it's kind of crazy. So I've just been kind of ignoring the gameplay that's going on here. So we've gotten his mana roughly a bit lower than mine. I'm doing a lot better with mana since I switched to the Life Bloom spec. I forget what it's called, focused something, focused growth. It's really good. We're pushing them really low here. Okay, I cycloned myself. That was just bad. I shouldn't have let that happen. But then, you know, my feral, he's getting really good at going bear form right away when I call it out, like, oh shit, I'm CC'd. I think this is why we should generally not lose too much against warriors, because I need to like root them all the time to keep them off of him. I gotta do all sorts of stuff like that, but we're doing pretty good here. So we get the cyclone off this time. He stunned me, but it's perfect. I got the cyclone. Really, I want to be cycloning the priest right now. He was going for mind control. I cycloned him, called it out. So the feral started going there. Okay, we're doing a lot of damage. Excuse me. Again, this is before the nerf to maim, so I think we get a good maim kill here. Which I think this is our last video before we're on to the maim, the new horrible world of the maim nerfs, but he's taking a lot of damage here, so I have to spam regrowths a lot, and healing touches are okay, but they're not amazing. So here we go. That's a good maim there. I get a nice cyclone off. All right. Oh, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. Yeah, boy. That's the CC chain that carried us to 1900 that we don't have anymore. I mean, we can have it, but I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really fucking hard to say. I don't think it's very good anymore to run that, but let's go ahead and go to the next match. Oh, just our favorite map, the fucking sewers. We lose so much on this map, so I'm curious to see if we actually win or lose this team. So I get a reflect there. It was very short. I wonder if I was like CC'd by the priest or something that DR'd that. We got stunned here. Feels bad, man. I'm still running Cenarian Ward. I was running Cenarian Ward all through before the nerf to Feral. Once Feral got nerfed, I had to learn ways to make the game make it so we don't die deeper into dampening so we can keep playing is kind of how we do it now, which is maybe not the best idea, but that's how we have to do it. But yeah, I was using a lot of Snaring Ward back then. It's a great skill. It's still really good. Okay, here we go. We're getting stunned. It's not too bad, not too bad. So I don't know if I should be going for a Cyclone on this guy. He pummeled already, so I would think Cyclone's probably a good idea. Okay, we get feared. Not too bad. I stun him here. Yeah, now we're going to go for that Cyclone. Get a little distance. Again, this is where I could stand back here. Healing touch, healing touch, healing touch. And I would have been, you know, full from that instead of being around half, which is what I am now. We get a maim. Great maim. We miss you, maim. Okay. So we're not doing too bad. A lot of priests don't go very ham with purging. Some of them do. It seems more common with shaman teams that they really purge. And if you're gonna purge, you need to do it properly. Don't just spam purge. Purge at the right times. Purge when I'm CC'd and you're going on the feral. Purge the hots off then. Maybe if you're going really hard on me and you get a stun on me or something, purge them off then. Things like that. Like, plan it together. Don't just spam purge me the whole time, which works. Trust me, it works if you just do that and you just fucking monkey mode it. It can work. But if I was better at healing, it wouldn't work. Let's just say that. I'm just not good enough. There's the anti-fun bubble. Let's go and get out of there. Yeah, I haven't been cycloning a whole lot here. A thing that the druid here does a lot, when I'm getting focused down by the warrior, he'll throw thorns up on me, so then the warrior pulls off, which is really nice. It's really nice. Sometimes you want to just try and kill through thorns, but thorns can do a shitload of damage, so you got to be really careful. You can dispel thorns, though. It's a little harder versus me because I have so many hots that you're gonna have to just hope to the RNG gods that you get the thorns off, but you know, it's something to keep in mind as a healer. You can definitely purge those off. So we're gonna try and catch up on healing here. I would be healing touching right now if I could. And essentially that's what I have to do, because you see he maimed him there, but since we don't run maim like that anymore, I don't get that extra 6 seconds of time to heal up. So I think it's a little more required, and there we go. We got the win. It's not too bad. Like I said, we tend to win warrior teams, and I'm not exactly sure why that is. Because they can do a ton of damage. They do lots of burst. They have mortal strike, so my healing's reduced, and that makes it even harder to heal through that. They have a fear. It's kind of a long cooldown, but they have a fear and they have a stun, so they can kind of CC me a good amount. And like with like a priest or a disc priest or something, I feel like they should be able to dispel, like fear me, dispel me, mind control me, things like that. I think they can do enough things that they should be able to win, but they just don't play. Maybe they don't see a lot of Resto Druids in particular, so they don't know exactly how to aggressively and properly purge spam or things like that. But what do you do? I'll take it. I'll take it that they don't know how to play against me, because it gives us wins, and we need these wins because we lose a lot. We lose a lot, man. We're trying to get 2K so bad, but I don't know. All right, let's go to the next one. And here we are against the dreaded Resto Shaman. God damn. They did get a little bit of a nerf, 5% off of their, what is it, the Earth Shield. Yeah, it does 10% instead of 15. They don't have that nerf yet in the games we're playing. The real problem with Shamans is the ranged kick. They're the only healer, I think, with a kick. Who else has a kick? Does anybody else have a kick? No. Maybe a monk? I don't think monks have a silence kick thingy. I mean, I guess unless you're a blood elf or something. What else is there? I don't know. I can't think of it. But the shamans, the range kick, it sucks. It's a pain in the fucking ass. They kick me all the time. They purge my hots all the time. And if they're smart about it, they can get a lot of kills. He's probably been purge spamming this game. So you see the shamans at 500,000 and I'm at, well, we can't see it now. I think I was basically full mana there though. So he was probably trying. Yeah, I am pretty much full mana. So I faked his kick there, got a Cyclone off, getting more heals rolling. I'm still running Relentless, which is good. I should maybe, against this team, I don't know. How long does Storm Bolt stun you for? It's not 5 seconds, is it? So yeah, I wouldn't be able to adaption out of it. Yeah, I'm not so sure. But in any case, so now he's purging. You see he's purge spamming here. Purging him off, so I'm just spamming my life bloom on him. Purged it off again. All right, okay, kept spamming it. You see, this is why you don't just spam purge like that. It's not gonna secure you kills. You have to purge most of my hots off and then just say it's fine. Like there, he purged again. And to be fair, he's getting low, but now the Shaman has no mana. And now I'm gonna be throwing all sorts of my hots on him because he can't purge these off as quickly. He purged one of them there to basically 0 mana. Like this is how not to play it if you're playing a Resto Shaman. It's hard to say what we're doing wrong here when we're winning all of these games, but okay, we're gonna go forward. They actually don't lose for quite a while. Look at how far into the match we are. Holy shit, 19 minutes, so we're at 56% dampening now. Jesus Christ, plus the Warriors' Mortal Strike. So we might just lose because of that. Okay, Nature Locked here. We got Feared. Okay, they're lining up their CCs. I want to Cyclone that guy. Get it off. Okay, get my hots rolling again. I want to really top him off. I need to be spamming some regrowths and shit. If we're this deep into dampening, I need to focus on keeping him maximum life the entire time. But yeah, the Shaman got some mana back. I don't know if that's from like a totem or something. I teleport, I get the silence, or I get the stun, and then I get the Cyclone. Spam the DPS here. I'm gonna Cyclone him again. Oh, he got it off. I was too late on the Cyclone. Okay, he kicked me. That's fine. Shaman's... This guy, he's a good fucking Shaman. He just needed to not purge so much, and they probably could have won. He needed to purge at more strategic times. But look at him. He has basically no mana, and we're at, 56% plus dampening now. What are we at? We're at another 6. We're at like 62% dampening or something. We finally killed him. It was just a little too much pressure there. But damn, dude. If he was a little better, it would have worked. It would have worked a lot better for these guys. But, what do you do? All right, Warrior Priest.
If sparring will be good against this too. Instead of green armor 10% health.
I don't know.
Try it. 20% chance to have him do 50% damage is kind of huge.
Yeah, it seems big, especially if it hits like certain abilities really hard. Okay, for our last game here, it's gonna be Disc Priest Warrior again, and yeah, it can be pretty tough. I'm still not running Abundance Nourish. I do believe that's what I go 100% of the time now against Warrior teams, at least. It's really useful. I've said it a couple times now. Is it the best to be using? I'm not so sure if it's the best because we're still winning these games while I'm running Cenarian Ward and things like that. So it seems fine this way, but I don't know. If they are a little more aggressive with their purging, I would be in a lot of trouble. It'd make this a lot more difficult. But let's keep going here. So I'm relatively low mana right now, but so is the Priest. The Priest has been purging a decent amount this fight. And because I'm not running the Healing Touch spec, my mana isn't doing as well as it could be because I'm having to regrowth a lot more to keep up with the purge spam that he's been doing. Looks like we're doing pretty good here, though. I get Feared full. Not too bad. I'm running Relentless. I was running Relentless for a long time. I don't think Relentless is very good anymore. If I was an Orc or something, it'd be nice for sure. But I think I need the trinket for oh shit moments because I can totally die in a reduced stun, but a stun that's still 3 seconds long. I can maybe not die depending on what it is, but I have a pretty damn good chance of dying. So we rooted him right there. So now I think the Feral's gonna come back. I don't know. So I'm running under the bridge. I'm trying to drink. Fumbling over my words here. What I should have done is I should have went cat form, because you can actually drink and stealth while cat form, so you can be drinking in cat form. Didn't do that. I didn't think you could do that because you can't shadow meld and drink anymore, so I thought that meant you can't stealth and drink anymore, but you can. So that's just knowledge that I just didn't have at the time. Okay, we got the anti-fun bubble. Great. So I'm actually pretty even with the priest right now on mana. Not doing great. See, this is where it gets tough, is when they're really hitting the feral here. I could have been healing touching, and then once he's got all my hots, I get a big healing touch crit because it has to crit. And then it's like, ooh, we're golden. Then I can start doing a couple solar wraths, start doing a little bit of damage. It's not a lot of damage, but it totally helps. And because my mana is getting so low, I can't really Moonfire, and definitely not Sunfire. At least I hope I don't do it at any time. We just throwed. I just put on my Innervate, but something I've noticed is really good Shamans and really good Priests, they'll watch, and when they see me Innervate, they will purge it off like immediately. And it's so frustrating because that's a big part of like getting my mana back to win the mana wars against other healers, is having Innervate. So when it gets purged off, it feels pretty fucking bad. But here we go. We're going to keep going. All right, we're getting some heals. He's spamming smites, so I figure I'll throw a thing on him. Right here would be a perfect time to be throwing healing touches. Because I don't have that, I have to do lots of other things. I'm actually now. Oh boy. Okay, so now I start the healing touches going out. Jesus Christ, man. He's just pressuring him down. The priest, see, he just fucking runs me. It's so stupid. Mind control is fucking bullshit, man. It shouldn't last as long as it does. It should only last like 5 or 4 seconds or something like that. I didn't actually see how long it lasts there. I should look that up. I'll throw it up on the screen here. Let you guys know how long it actually lasts in PvP. But okay, so we're kind of resetting the fight. The priest is drinking now, again. I am drinking though. So the priest drank up a decent amount, a lot more than I was able to drink up. So they won out on that drinking exchange. Should have communicated that to the feral to like root the warrior and like run away from the warrior and let me drink and maybe like try and stop the priest from drinking or something like that. Because now I'm again. The priest is ahead in mana again. I'm drinking. Okay, we're doing pretty good here. Again, I should have been stealthing. That would have been super nice. Like right here, I probably should have stealthed. Like just cat form, drink, stealth. Like immediately, I can be stealthed in a second, and I could have gotten way more mana. So that's, I think, just bad on me. Ooh, he's getting him so close there with the burst. He's storm bolted in behind the thing. I was telling him I need to drink. Please be defensive. But he's not really going bear form a whole lot here. Probably should have been bear form this entire time and like healing himself up with enraged things and his enraged whatever, things like that. Just keeping the priest in combat. But I've got a pretty decent amount of mana now, at least compared to the priest. Spamming heals, trying to get all this shit off. Okay, we have a lot of good things running into him. Okay, we got a free regrowth. Let's use that. Should probably just kept spamming healing touches there. He was spinning and I was trying to cyclone him through his spin. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. You know, 2 or 3 healing touches there would have meant that he's at 70% instead of below 50, to where he has to run and be careful now, which was something we definitely don't want. Oh boy, what a rough thing. Okay, it's close, man. This is close. Oh, he's getting bursted though. And there he goes. He's down. I wasn't able to keep him up. Needed him to be more. If we pause it right here, we are at 17 minutes in. So what is that for that's 50 plus another 12, so 62 plus. So it's like 62-ish, if I'm doing the math correctly. Plus we have the warrior doing 25%. So my heals are essentially doing nothing right now because of the mortal wounds that the warrior's putting on us. And again, that's where the healing touch comes in to help mitigate that. But really, the priest got to drink a bunch of times. We're actually going to explain it here in game. So let's go ahead and have my friend here explain what the hell's going on.
Name the healer. Oh, I'm stunned. Oh, please, God, no.
No, you're dead. Shit.
Healer's at 1% mana now too.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Feels
That
bad.
he got some mana early on because when I was on the other side, I said I was gonna go get him. That warrior just kept me away.
Yeah.
This fucking charge and roots, and every time I'm trying to shapeshift, it's just taking longer and longer. He got up from like 20% to 44%.
Yeah.
Didn't get that one drink, we would have won. Pulling him away from the healer.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna try and drink. Oh,
Yeah, he
I was
is.
trying to stop him.
I rooted the warrior. So with all that, essentially what we've learned here is that we are pretty good against warriors. We were doing more damage before the nerfs. We were getting a lot more maims off before the nerfs, things like that. So that definitely helped us win against warriors. But in general, we seem to do all right. I think it's partially because I'm able to stay away from warriors a lot easier than, say, something like a Death Knight, because the Death Knights have a ranged slow, 70% slow, whereas warriors have to get up on you to hamstring you. So it's definitely not as good. They do have charges and leaps and things like that, so they can totally get on me and pressure me, but because warriors are a lot more physical damage, the warriors actually do less damage than like a Ret Paladin or a Frost DK, because the DK is doing a lot of magic damage, which the bear form doesn't reduce, whereas the warrior is mostly physical, which the bear form does reduce, so it's easier for me to tank warriors, things like that. So I think that's what really makes it easier for us, is that, you know, we both have bear form that can mitigate the warrior's damage a lot better than it would against a Frost DK. I was thinking about why shamans are so difficult for us, or I don't know. It's just those kicks, the purges, things like that. But if we can survive through all of that, he can't really hex us. So the amount of CC that the shaman team has against the Resto Druid is a lot less. So maybe that's why we do a little better. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not 100% sure why we do so well, but the bear form thing I think is really big versus, you know, like I said, Frost DKs, because Frost DKs can just burst you through that shit. It doesn't matter. They do so much damage. Only Obliterate and auto attacks and what else? The Death Strike do physical damage. The Frost Strike, the Howling Blast, the whatever storm thingy, I forgot the name of it. All that shit is frost damage, so it's all magic essentially at that point. So the bear form's armor doesn't really help. But yeah, there you go. That was fun. It feels good. You know, we're usually pretty happy when we're fighting warrior teams, but we do lose to them. It does happen. Like the last team, we lost to them. I've changed up my talents to run Abundance and Nourish. That I think that helps a lot for when we get to those late game situations to where my hots really aren't healing anymore, but I can spam healing touch, and I'm putting all my hots on my guy anyway, so it's like a twofer, and they're not range kicking me like the Frost DKs would, because they have to charge me and then pummel me, and if they're not running with a shaman, right, the priest isn't ranged kicking me, so it's way easier to just spam healing touches, things like that. So definitely a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao, mata.